God does not owe any man anything. If you're coming to God for a desire and you're frustrated that you did not receive it, please, it is important that we understand as children of God that it is not all that you have asked or desired from God that God will do for you. If you have not also come to the point where your maturity reveals to you that there are things that God promises you, and only those things can you hold him on the jugular to be able to produce in your life or in your space. So when I trust God for a certain kind of car, I trust God for a certain kind of business, a business deal, I trust God for a certain amount of money, but God never promised me nor gave me a title deed or a promise of a word of assurance to say I am going to give you this at so time. We must not get angry at God to say, why have you not fulfilled this? Because God has not given you a promise on that word. It might be your desire. I want you to think in the direction of yourself as a parent. Is it everything that your child asks for when they ask for it that they get it? No. If your answer is no, then you should also understand that this same dealing comes with God. As much as you will want to give them, but if the child comes back and crying and say, Daddy, why have you not done this for me? You say, oh, but I never promised you. I didn't say I will do it. Please understand, this is how we also relate with God. And why I'm saying this today or teaching this is that we will never be depressed, confused, or frustrated in our journey with God. When you have a desire, wisdom demands, take those desires to God. Know what he thinks or desires for you about them. If it is his counsel that they will come to pass in your life, there will be a promise or a title deed from God concerning that promise that has been given to you, or concerning what you have desired. If there is no title deed, there is no guarantee on God's side that God will bring that to pass. However, the flip side to this is that if God is the one who visits you and reveals what he wants to do in your space, you have every right to hold on to God to say, Father, you have promised this. And then God can now be responsible for the word that he said to you. It is on this premise also that our confession is strengthened. So I'll just run a few steps, in what we have done. We also declared and revealed that everything in the human life cycle is voice activated. This is very important, that you are not quiet in any situation of life, that you always voice activate things. While I was having my 3 days retreat, there were things that God gave me as personal words. And from that day, I began to voice activate them. And let me say this, please realize that in this journey we're in, particularly in your Christian walk and faith, there will always be things that happen that contradict your faith, that contradict your belief system, that contradict what you have always known about God. But when you enter into the faith lane, because the confession lane is also the faith lane, you are confessing means that you are speaking the things that be not as though they were. You must understand that these things must be given voice to. Your words must not just remain in your thought realm. Your words must not just remain in your mind. They also must be given voice to, that the spirit realm will recognize and hold your words in containers waiting for the day of manifestation.